What's up you guys, my name is Charlie, and in today's video, I'll be going over my 12 sources of income and how I'm able to generate about $15,000 per day. So it wasn't always like this. I used to be extremely broke, so let me give you guys some context. I recently turned 33. I'm an entrepreneur here in Orange County, California. And I basically spent the last 10 plus years trying to build my businesses, failing a lot, succeeding some, but mostly failing. And today I run a couple successful companies, and yeah, basically I have a bunch of different sources of income. I went to UCLA for undergrad, got my degree in psychobiology. My parents wanted me to become a doctor, so I tried to pursue that. Applied to 20 different med schools, didn't get into any of them. Got rejected from an EMT job paying $11 per hour. And to say the least, my parents, they were extremely worried for many, many years. Throughout all the failures I had in my 20s, I came out with a lot of lessons. And I just really hope that this video can inspire you to do your own thing and basically make money in multiple non-traditional ways. That's exactly what I've done. Yes, you can go the traditional route, you can do all that, but there are so many other ways to live. And for me, this is the lifestyle that I want. I enjoy having time freedom. I enjoy having location freedom. And yeah, I can run my businesses and income sources all from home or from my laptop. I have no boss to report to, and that's just been my whole goal. So I'm gonna go over what I do, how I started, roughly how much I make, and then any tips I have if you want to do something similar. I'm gonna break it down to 3 different categories. So there's gonna be my creator economy related stuff. There's gonna be my other businesses and services, and then we'll talk about my investing income. That's a huge reason why I've been able to grow my net worth to where it is today. And I do want to just say, this is just what I do. The business world is unlimited. There's so many different types of businesses you can start. And this is just a very small snippet of what is possible. One of the biggest things that I've learned interviewing hundreds of different millionaires and business owners is that there are an incredible number of ways in which you can become a millionaire. So I really hope you guys can get some value from this video, and let's get started. My first income source is affiliate marketing. So essentially what I do is I have a portfolio of about 50 plus YouTube channels. We make a lot of educational videos in many different niches. And when someone watches one of our videos, they go to the description and use the link to maybe purchase a product or service, we'll get a commission. And so essentially the whole business model is put out value to your audience. They'll use your links to maybe get a better deal or a discount, and we get a commission in exchange. Usually this is going to be a percentage of the sale, or it's going to be a flat fee. For example, on this channel, I do a lot of tutorial videos, and the way we're able to monetize those videos is through affiliate links. It's basically we help you with some type of content or how to or whatever, and the audience helps us out by using our link. Overall, I'd say that affiliate marketing is between $200,000 to $300,000 per month. And I really do think it is one of the best businesses that anyone can start. Yes, it does take some time to get started, but once you do it correctly and do it consistently for enough time, this is such a leveraged business that it can make a ton of money. Okay, my next income source is YouTube AdSense. So like I said, we have a bunch of different YouTube channels, and one of the ways that the YouTube channels is monetized is through ads. So maybe if you watch this video, you might have seen an ad at the start. Basically, that's because I'm in the YouTube AdSense program, and let's say they charge the advertiser $100. I'm gonna get paid $55, and YouTube/Google is gonna take $45. Any YouTube channel can monetize after they hit some certain requirements. Overall, this income source makes about $20,000 to $25,000 per month. And it's definitely one of the easiest ways that any YouTube creator can monetize their content. Some of my videos actually make hundreds of dollars per 1,000 views, which is insane. Most YouTube videos will probably make between $2 to $10 per 1,000 views, but being in the business and finance niches, the rates for those videos are a lot higher. Okay, so my third source of income is somewhat similar, but it's just making ad revenue from TikTok and Instagram. So you can apply to these creator funds, and basically when you have short form videos that do well, this can actually make a solid amount of money. Now recently my short form has not been really popping off, so I don't make that much money from this income source, but any creator, if you have Instagram and TikTok, you should sign up. And I do know creators that have made thousands of dollars per month just from these funds. So it definitely is a viable source of income for a lot of people. If you are really good at making short form content that hooks people in, that will translate into a lot of views, and that's when you can make a good amount of money with the TikTok and Instagram funds. But for me, I make a few $1,000s per month max. Okay, my fourth source of income is gonna be from brand deals and sponsorships. This is essentially when a brand pays you to be in your video. So this could be an integration, aka a 60-second part of your video, or it can be a dedicated video where the main focus about your video is about that product or service. Obviously, you'll charge more for a dedicated video, but say for a channel of my size with my views, which by the way fluctuate a ton, I usually charge about $15,000 per integration. And then for dedicated videos, it's very rare that we do that, but I've done some for $25,000, $30,000, $40,000. My income from this income source definitely ranges quite a bit depending on the month. Some months we might do 0 to 1 brand deals, and some months we might do, let's say, 3 to 6. So I'll say on average, we probably make about $30,000 per month from brand deals and sponsorships. And yes, this is not only on this main channel. I have a bunch of other channels and we do brand deals on those as well. Okay, so my fifth income source is paid education and coaching. So essentially we have a bunch of different courses throughout my businesses. I have Side Hustle Mastery, which hosts a couple of free courses. I also have some paid education as well. So I do have an affiliate marketing program called Smart Affiliate. I basically just teach people exactly what I do with affiliate marketing, with YouTube channels and content. We also have a coaching offer teaching creators how to better monetize. I feel like if there's one thing that I've gotten really good at over the last few years, it is on how to actually monetize content. Because the truth is, like, there are so many content creators out there, but a majority of them are not monetizing correctly. They can be making a ton more money. So I was like, okay, I can actually change a ton of lives doing this. And that's how we came up with that program. As I'm filming this video, I don't make that much money from paid education yet. Definitely under $10,000 per month, but my goal is to really scale this income source over the next year. And if you're a content creator yourself, I'd say one of the best ways you can monetize your views is by having your own paid education. But yeah, if you want to learn from any of my programs, I'll have links down below. So yeah, feel free to check this out. So that wraps up the whole creator economy related income sources I have. And now let's move on to my other businesses and services. So my sixth source of income is my overseas recruiting company called Paired. My business partner and I started this company about 2.5 years ago. And essentially we help companies find great overseas talent. So how the business works is a company will come to us. They'll be like, hey, I want to hire this position. Here are the requirements. Here's how much we can pay. And then we'll go out and find that person. We'll source through hundreds or even thousands of different applicants and then send them the top 2 or 3. If they decide to hire with us, then we take a placement fee. That's 30% of the first year salary. So I'd say for most placements, we're charging between, let's say, $2.5 to $5,000. And that's basically how that business makes money. We just signed a lease in Jakarta for our first actual office. So I'm really excited about that. But our whole team is remote, right? We have over 20 people on the Paired team, and this has been such a great business to run. I'd say on average, we do about $80,000 per month with this business. My big goal for this year is to really grow that to $300,000 to $400,000 per month. Oh, and yeah, Paired actually found a lot of my own team members for my media team. Of the 50 something people we have in the media business, a big portion of them were actually sourced by Paired. So it's pretty cool that these sister companies actually sort of work together. So my seventh source of income is Scale.yt. This is a service where we basically help business owners do social media correctly. There are so many company accounts out there that are doing social media just horribly. And the truth is, social media is such a great way for any business owner to get more organic leads. That's essentially how we grew Paired Recruiting. A good amount of our leads actually just come from our YouTube channel, where we make helpful educational videos aimed at our target clients. And so we realized, hey, we can do this as a done for you service for business owners. Because yeah, I've done it myself many times. We have tons and tons of channels. I know exactly how to automate and systemize a YouTube channel for a business, as well as how to turn those views into actual leads and revenue. As you can see, a lot of the stuff that I do relates to my own media stuff. And I realized, hey, we've spent years perfecting this. We've built out the systems. We know exactly how to do it. It just makes sense to offer this as a service. That's the same thing with Paired, right? I had overseas talent before. We figured out a great way to actually find amazing talent. And now we offer that as a service. So a lot of these service-based businesses, if you're watching this, they can be a fantastic way to get into entrepreneurship. They don't cost that much money. For example, Paired, we started with just a few $1,000. We were pretty much cash flow positive right away with our first clients. So yeah, a service-based business like that is perfect to start, especially if you don't have that much money to begin with. And there are so many high value skills out there for you to learn and actually just offer as a service for clients. So moving on to my next income source, it is renting out my Sprinter RV van. So a couple years ago, I bought a Sprinter RV. It's a pretty sweet Mercedes Sprinter van that has a bed, bathroom, all this cool stuff. And we currently have it rented out for about $300 to $350 per day. It doesn't get booked that much, but this is another revenue source that I like to call somewhat passive. It's also really nice being able to let my family use the van when it's not being rented out. It's actually my dad's favorite thing in the world. So seeing him enjoy it and go on the trips with it, it makes me really happy. Okay, so my ninth income source is gonna be speaking, hosting, as well as writing. So I'm just pulling all these into one income source. But basically every once in a while, I'll do a speaking gig or I'll write for a news publisher. publisher. They pay me per article or speaking gig. And sometimes also I'll host for different companies' content or shows. I don't do this too much, so I'm not gonna give you guys like an average monthly income from this. But every time I do it, I'll make maybe a few $100 from writing an article to thousands of dollars for actually hosting or speaking. And sometimes I'll just do like a speaking gig for free. Usually they'll just pay for my hotel and flight out to the conference, but there's no like actual payment. Okay, so now let's talk about my investing income. So income source number 10 is gonna be my stock and crypto portfolio. Over the last decade, I've been able to invest millions of dollars in both stocks and crypto, and the value of these stocks and crypto have actually grown quite significantly. So I definitely do consider it like a passive source of income. Yeah, I want you guys to remember this. Money makes money when it's invested properly. So for me, I mostly just buy a lot of S&P 500 index funds. For example, VOO is one of my biggest holdings, but I also do have a good amount of individual companies as well. And yeah, I'm quite heavy in Apple stock. But for the most part, I think anyone that wants to invest, they should probably just buy index funds and focus their time and energy on figuring out how to make active income, right? All the other sources I talked about. If you look historically, the S&P 500 has done extremely well. And just personally, I don't think I can really beat the stock market. I think that anyone that thinks they are smarter than the smartest humans in the world that are working 24/7 on trying to beat the market. You really can't do it. So that's why a majority of my money is just stashed away into this really boring investment. Crypto, of course, is a lot riskier, but it can have really outsized gains. I think currently about 7 to 8% of my net worth is in crypto, mostly in Bitcoin and Ethereum. If you want to get started investing, I'd say just start with some money. Most of your money should be invested into yourself and starting your own business or whatever, but just consistently invest a small amount of money into your stock and crypto portfolios, depending on what you believe in. And over time, that's gonna grow exponentially. Okay, 11th income source is money from my high yield savings account. So basically when I see people have money in their Chase or Bank of America account or Wells Fargo, it's probably getting like 0% interest, and that makes me really sad. You should absolutely take any of this super liquid money and store it in like a high yield savings account. For example, I have a bunch of money in my Ally account, and that makes a few percent per year APY, completely passive, fully safe. And yeah, currently I'm making at least a few $1,000s per month from my high yield savings account payouts. Okay, so number 12 is gonna be my Treasury Bills. So this is something that I've been putting a lot of money into recently. Rates have come down a little bit, but you can still get right now between like 4 to 4.5% on your money. Super easy to buy. I just buy them on Vanguard, and I have millions of dollars of Treasury Bills right now. It's just a very safe and passive way for me to make some money passively. For example, if I have $1 million in Treasury Bills, I'll probably make $40,000 to $45,000 per year from that. The great thing about this type of income is that it is not subject to state income tax. And so I'm in California, so that does save me about 13%. However, you still do have to pay federal, just like any other type of income, but it is sort of tax advantage compared to the high yield savings account. So that's why I have a lot of money in there. So we talked about 12 different income sources. I do want to say I do have other types of investments like my real estate. I do invest in certain private companies and angel investment deals. And I'm also doing some private loans as well. I didn't want to include these in this video as an actual income source, but I think the takeaway is like there are so many different ways in which you can make your money work for you. You can go the super safe ways by buying bonds, Treasury Bills, putting your money in high yield savings accounts. You can go a little bit more risky and do stocks, right? Doing S&P 500 index funds and then buying individual companies. Then you get into like the crypto, which is a bit more risky. And then you have even more risky stuff like real estate, angel investments, private loans, and stuff like that. I will say the riskier you get with your investments, the more money you can make, because risk almost always correlates with potential gains, but it does also correlate with potential losses. I'm more of a safe investor myself, so a majority of my net worth is in safer stuff, but I do definitely allocate some money for those big bets. But overall, even with all these investments, the number one investment I've ever done for my life has been investing in me, investing in my businesses, investing in my education. That has by far paid the most of anything. So yeah, hopefully you guys got some value from this video. I know I covered a lot of different things. Like I said earlier, this is just how I make money. There are so many other different ways you can make money, but these are my current 12 or so income sources that allow me to make almost $500,000 per month. I don't say that to try and flex or show off or anything like that. I say this because I truly want to inspire you guys and tell you that it is possible. If someone told me, 10, 15 years ago that I'd be where I am today, I would not have believed you. I didn't have mentor figures or people that I could learn from. And so I really hope that this video can sort of serve as that for you and inspire you to go out there, chase your dreams, chase the non-traditional life, chase non-traditional income sources, and just think outside the box, because you don't need to be stuck in that box for the rest of your life just because it's the normal thing to do. So I'll have a bunch of resources to all the things I talked about in my companies down below. If you want to learn directly from me and sort of copy what I do, then of course you can join my paid education offers. And yeah, I really appreciate you guys. I know this was a long video. Hopefully it gave you some good ideas on how to build your own dream life. And yeah, make sure to like this video and then also subscribe if you want to see more content just like this. My whole goal is to help you guys live a financially successful life. I truly believe that anyone can do it with the right mindset, grit, and consistency. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.